Joining me right now is Wisconsin Congressman, member of the House Financial Services Committee and chairman of the House Administration Committee, Bryan Steil. Congressman, it's good to see you. Thanks very much for being here. Give us your thoughts on the bill.
I think it's a step in the right direction. We got to remember where we started. President Biden said he was going to refuse to negotiate, put his head in the sand, was risking the U.S. economy in a dangerous and reckless manner. And at the end of the day, we walk away with spending cuts. We walk away with permitting reform. We walk away with work requirements. We're growing the economy, clawing back COVID funds, saving taxpayers money, and limiting the growth of government. It's a step in the right direction. What we need to do is continue the work to get our fiscal house in order.
Yeah, big win for Kevin McCarthy, having rallied all of the people that he was able to within the House. The Journal this morning and Kim Strassel writes, McCarthy earns the speakership. But we know that it's not a perfect bill, and there are a lot of areas here that people need to see change, like defense spending, like the IRS agents. What are you going to do in the coming months in the appropriations process to try to fix some of that?
This is now where the battle begins, is now that we have the top line numbers of how much money we're going to spend, less than we did last year in the bulk of our discretionary spending. Where are we going to spend it? This is where it's essential for our appropriators to dig in, identify those programs that are moving the country in the wrong direction, defund those, and prioritize key programs that move the country forward. The work of the appropriations bill now is absolutely essential now that we've set the top line numbers down.
Top White House economists reportedly optimistic that inflation will come down. They shared new analysis with Axios claiming that the labor market, the key driver behind inflation, they say that the jobs market might have to loosen up before prices can fall. We have a Fox poll, meanwhile, finds 90% of Americans say that they're extremely or very concerned about inflation, Congressman. We're waiting for the May jobs report out this morning, and of course, then we'll get the consumer price index the day before the next Fed meeting. What are your thoughts in terms of getting inflation down when we see that the spending is still out of control?
I'd tell folks at the White House, come on out to Wisconsin. Everybody's concerned with inflation because it's harder and harder to buy the things that your family needs. But watch the sleight of hand at the White House. No longer are they saying they're bringing us back to the 2% target, that inflation was temporary and transitory. They're now just looking for directional change of bringing inflation down, period. What we need to do is get back to the goal here, bringing inflation down below or at the 2% target. To do that, we have to dramatically change policy course in Washington. We have to really get on with the work of unleashing American energy. We have to continue the work of getting our spending under control. We have to get more people back to work. The work requirements reform that we got in this bill is one step in the right direction, but there's more things we could do. We need to get the policy chops in Washington to actually begin to lower inflation. It's the White House that refuses to shift gears. They're relying on the blunt force instrument of the Federal Reserve, and that causes pain for the American people when they continue to raise interest rates. We'll see if they hold. Nobody's thinking that they're going to reduce them at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the House also passing the Equal Opportunity for All Investors Act for 2023. This expands who can be considered an accredited investor to participate in private offerings of securities. Tell me about this, why this was important to you.
One of the goals that we need to have is to democratize investing. What we want to do is make sure that Main Street investors here in my hometown of Janesville or across the country have the same access to investing as the big cats on Wall Street. You look in particular at smaller companies, and what we see is sometimes the CEO, sometimes the inventor is blocked from being able to invest because they don't qualify as a technical accredited investor as determined by the Securities and Exchange Commission. That's ridiculous. We should make sure that people who have sophistication, inventors, should be able to invest alongside the big cats in Wall Street.
So, Congressman, what are your priorities right now going forward? I know that now that this is passed, this is a big monkey off the back in terms of Congress. Where do you focus in the coming months once things start up again after recess?
I got a big election integrity bill that I'll be rolling out here in the near future. We're going to focus on making sure that it's easy to vote and hard to cheat. But if we continue to look at particular as it relates to inflation, that needs to be job number one in Washington. Inflation's not under control. Families finding themselves falling further behind. Everything is 15% more expensive since Joe Biden took office. And we need to go full steam ahead to get inflation under control And again, it's changing policies in Washington, like unleashing American energy, that are going to do that to allow families to afford the things that they need.
Congressman, real quick, how are you going to ensure 2024 is a fair and free election?
We're going to be rolling out our bill to make sure that we are providing the states the resources that they need. Things as simple as making sure states are cleaning up their voter rolls and coordinating with Social Security Department. So when someone dies, that's a great time to remove them from your voter rolls. I'm putting forward a really robust bill that I think we have an opportunity to move across the House floor this summer.
All right, makes sense. Congressman, good to see you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.